He's too powerful.
What's up, my fellow Remnant 2 gamers? Welcome back to the channel. It's D Werewolf Gaming back with another Remnant 2 video. Alright, I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. Today, guys, I'll bring you a new video showcasing the power of a build that I made in the past, guys. But during that time period, prisms were not out. This is a very fun build, very powerful, really easy to put together. So if you're new to the channel, guys, you like the content, please feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe. And also turn on the notification bell as well. It does not cost a thing. And those of you who are always been, who aren't new, guys, I really appreciate each and every one of you all the time. Especially those who always take time to leave a thumbs up, get a video like, especially if you like the content. And those who always have something positive to say, guys, really appreciate that. At the end of the day, video games are about having fun, guys. That's the only reason I play it. I play to relax and have fun. And whenever I have content that is fun, guys, I always want to share it with the community. So with that being said, this video today will focus on a build that may have been shown before, but overall it's still a very fun build, and prisms is what make the build stand out. So we will go over the prism that I'm using, guys, just to showcase how powerful this build can be. With that being said, we're going to finish fighting these bosses. We'll go over the build breakdown shortly.
That's all, folks. I like the sound of that.
All right, guys. For this setup right here, here's a little demonstration at the range. You know, at the end of the day, guys, it doesn't really matter which order you use your skills, or even use your weapons if you need to, because you're gonna be getting your skills back so fast that it really won't matter. And you will see when we go over this build breakdown. But this is my damage. As you can see, I'm getting over 8,000. Whenever I do the massive, when I hold the gunslinger perk. But you know, as you can see, the critical hits I'm doing right there, 667. So pretty good damage in my opinion. All right, so let's go over this build. I did use the invoker as the primarily, guys, because many of you know it doubles base skill charges for all archetypes, and whenever you activate the skill, it reduces skill cooldown by 10%, and it increases base new rooting energy and reserves for turrets as well by 50%. All right, I did use the Way of Kaela. This basically, guys, invokes the Kaela to cast a tidal wave, dealing 1,053.1 elemental damage and conjuring a 45-meter rainstorm for 21.75 seconds. Allies inside will receive haste, and those enemies will receive drench. Drench slows their movement speed by 10%, and every few seconds it will apply lightning shocks to those enemies, dealing 2,306.2 shock damage, and that is split amongst the drenched enemies. All right, for the gunslinger, I did use the quick draw. Basically, you pull out your trusty side piece, guys. You can aim up to hit up to 6 critical shots in those enemies, guys, and if you hold it, you will do a massive, powerful shot. So the choice is yours, guys. You fighting the boss, I will hold it. Fight regular ads, I would just press the button. Your armor did not really matter. I do prefer that medium dodge roll, guys, but you will have a 25% stamina cost penalty. Always make with your armor whichever works best for you. Tranquil Heart Relic work great. Passively grants 2 health regen per second, and I'll use doubles all health regeneration for 15 seconds. I recommend this hard in this build, guys. You will see because of how I got it set up and how it works with the build. But you could another relic that would have worked perfect, guys, if you don't have the Tranquil Heart, is the Profane Heart Relic, which has an innate 3% lifesteal bonus. On use increases all lifesteal efficacy by 50%. All right, the monolith shooting it continuously applies expose for 3 seconds up to 15 seconds, and targets that are exposed receive 15% additional damage from all sources. Sandstorm is a perk. Basically, it surrounds the enemy, dealing elemental damage. If that enemy dies, guys, it moves on to the next enemy within 10 meters. I did use the Spell Weaver Mutator, and this decreases the weapon's mod damage and mod generation by 15% for 10 seconds when activating the skill. At level 10, activating this weapon's mod reduces skill cooldown by 1% for every 100 mod power spent. So this goes great, guys. It's going to be helping you get your skills back pretty fast. And so that's pretty great. Your melee weapon did not matter. Now the Nebula, this is a nano machines that seek out the enemies, applying corrosive and acid, basically debuffing the enemies, guys, allowing you to do 10% more damage to them. And I did use the Feedback Mutator, which increases the mod generation of a single charge value by 20%, and at level 10 generates 15% of base damage dealt as mod power. All right, the first ring, I did use the Shade Ring. This increases skill damage by 15%. All right, Probability Cord increases critical hit damage by 20%. And I did use the Crimson Dreamstone. Critical hits increase skill damage by 2% for 5 seconds. Get up a max of 10 stacks, so you can get up 20% increase in skill damage using the Crimson Dreamstone. And I did use the Burden of the Spirulus, guys. This ring reduces your ammo, but you're not really worrying about ammo on this build. But it also increases mod and skill damage by 15%. So as you see, I got a lot of skill damage on this build, guys. This build is pretty fun, pretty powerful. All right, the Cost of Betrayal. This was the amulet that I prefer, guys. I was using a couple more, but it reduces your relic charge to 1, but you get increasing all damage by 25%. When the wearer has 1 relic charge, and basically, guys, if you use the relic, it increases your incoming damage you take by 25%. But after 15 seconds, you will get that relic back. There were some other amulets that I was using that I will show you guys that. But this amulet here I got, that flat up 25% increase in all damage is great. This is why I recommended the Tranquil Heart, guys, because you will always have passive health generation, guys. You just got to be able to dodge, get out of the way long enough not to get hit. Or even the Profane Heart Relic, because the damage you're dealing, you're going to be getting 3% base life still back. All right, your traits Gifted comes automatically on the Invoker, increases skill duration by 30%. All right, Ammo Reserves comes on the Hunter. This increases your ammo reserve by 50%. All right, Triage increased healing by 50%, 10 points in that, 10 points in Fortified, increased armor effectiveness. Did have right at 5 points in Affliction, increased status effect by 50%. Could have put that trade point somewhere else though, guys. I just threw it there. Did have right at 5 points in Potency as well to increase consumer duration by 50%. All right, had 3 points in swiftness so I can move pretty fast. 10 points in vigor, increase max health by 30. 10 points in expertise to reduce skill cooldown. 10 points in amplitude, guys. All right, Bart skin, 10 points in that. This reduces all incoming damage by 10%. Siphoner grants 3% base damage as light steel. At 10 points in that. 4 points in footwork to aim, increase your movement speed while aiming. And 3 points in endurance, guys, to increase max stamina. Now, that footwork, you could have put those trait points somewhere else as well. Always make these traits your own. All right, and for your tonics, guys, I did have Mud Tooth tonic. This increased max health by 20, and it remains in effect even after you die. And they did give me the Mud Tooth elixir. This increases experience points by 15% because I took the Mud Tooth snake oil, guys, and basically you don't have no choice in the concoction that is given to you. All right, let's take a look at my weapon stats a little bit. As you can see, guys, the main thing I want to point out is that critical damage right there, 90%, and that skill damage was 70%, guys. And you'll see whenever you're using your skills or applying or using your skills or your mods, that skill damage will go up even more. And I had a skill crit chance right there at 20%. So this is a pretty balanced build, very powerful, very fun to use. And I will do a little demonstration later on just to show you it going up. All right, for the fragment, for the prism, guys, I had critical damage 10%, skill damage 10%, with a skill crit chance of 7.5%. Now, definitely recommend the cast speed, guys. You're going to be casting your skills so much, guys, so this is great for this particular setup. They have meta to increase weak spot damage and critical damage. Longevity, this increases mod duration and skill duration. They have wizard to increase mod crit chance and skill crit chance, and revitalize, guys. Got some health regeneration and another skill 10% on skill cooldown. And unbridled was the legendary perk. This increases all skill cooldowns by half. So this is how I'm able to continuously keep procking my skills, guys. As you can see in my build setup, I didn't have any of those rings or amulets or anything needed to reduce the skill cooldown. And I had constant uptime on my skills, guys. This is what makes the Invoker so powerful. And the basically with the unbridled legendary perk that just came out. All right, so this is what I was talking about. Basically, whenever I'm using my skills and everything, guys, you will see when I go back to looking at my weapon stats again, that is going to come up to 90% increase in skill damage. So this is a pretty powerful build, guys. Very fun, very easy to use, very easy to put together. None of the items came from hardcore difficulty or anything, so you should be able to obtain everything, except some of them do come from the DLC. So that's one thing, you will have to have the DLC to be able to contain those items. All right, so another amulet that you could use if you don't have that is the Ornate amulet. This activating this skill increases all damage by 5% for 10 seconds. You get up to max of 5 stacks, so you can get up to 25% increase in all damage, guys. But the cost of betrayal amulet, this already gives you flat out 25% increase in all damage. So if you don't have this amulet, I would recommend you use that one if you want that 25% increase in all damage. But there are some other amulets that work very well with this build as well, such as the Jester's Bell. Casting a mod or skill increases all damage by 15% for 20 seconds, and it increases cast speed by 35%. So this is great, guys. You get more, you casting speeds faster, and you're getting a little bit of damage. All right, the Hyperconductor, it doubles your base skill charges, but keep in mind that it increases your skill cooldown by 25%. So I wouldn't recommend that one, given the fact that it's going to take long to get your skills back. Now, Index Subscriber is great, guys. It increases mod and skill weak spot damage by 35%, but I didn't use this one, guys, because you don't always get those weak spot hits. So ultimately, I prefer the cost of betrayal in my opinion, but always go whatever works best for you and your gameplay. All right, guys, you like the build, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for your valuable time as always. Really appreciate it. D Werewolf out.